Coming up, Democrats decide that the best method of combating the Republicans is by fighting themselves as they resort to fratricide. First up, Democrat Representative Debbie Dingell opens fire, but only with a handgun.
Speaking of Democrats and their performance, I want to ask you what happened this past week. We came near a shutdown. Ultimately, Democrats in the Senate did vote with Republicans on this short-term funding deal. Senator Murphy of Connecticut was on another network this morning, and he said it would have been a risk to shut down the government, but it was probably worth taking.
You know,
do you agree?
Well, in the House, we were almost united save one, and there were very strong feelings in the House about what people thought that the Senate should do.
But the Senate leader, Chuck Schumer, would say you were able to do that because there was wiggle room
but
on votes. The Republicans
I think
voted
he
to
sent
block.
out mixed signals. Margaret, people are angry. We got to move on. Reconciliation is coming up. We have got to be united as Democrats.
Dingell was asked about different positions that were held within the Democrat Party with regard to voting in the Senate. Now, in the House of Reps, her position was to oppose the bill, and she clearly thought that the Democrat senators, should have opposed the bill as well. She admits that within the Democrat Party, people are angry, but she says, we have to move on. Somehow I doubt that there's going to be a whole lot of moving on happening. Have a look at what Van Jones says about Chuck Schumer.
Van, how angry are Democrats at Leader Schumer?
I've never seen this level of volcanic anger at a Democrat ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Wow.
We could be grumpy, we can be frustrated with each other. There is a volcanic eruption of outrage at Leader Schumer because we want a Mitch McConnell. I remember when Obama had all the cards, Mitch McConnell drove Obama nuts, twisted his pinky, broke his kneecaps, and got stuff done for Republicans when they should have gotten an inch. They got miles.
Van Jones, who used to work in the Obama administration, says that Democrats are incandescent with rage about Chuck Schumer. He suggests what they want is really a Mitch McConnell in the Democrat Party. The issue here is he clearly sees politics as a blood sport, as opposed to getting things done to help people out in the community more generally. So he's opening fire with a rifle here.
Go.
If you like this content, please like, share and subscribe. And then we have Hakeem Jeffries.
Is it time for new leadership in the Senate?
Next question.
Mr. Leader, first, can you clarify, are you encouraging your Senate colleagues to vote no on cloture, not just the bill itself?
We've been very clear. We strongly oppose the reckless Republican spending bill. Period. Full stop. Our position, repeatedly articulated this week, speaks for itself.
Mr. Leader,
Senator Schumer talked to you before making his announcement. Can you tell us what he told you and what you said back to him?
He and I have had repeated and private conversations throughout the week, and those conversations will remain private.
Leader Jeffries.
Have you
Yep,
lost
right there.
Have you lost, on the Senate side, they have a much more difficult path than you do on the House side. You guys could all remain united and the bill would still pass. If Democrats stay united against this, the government will shut down. What would you have expected Schumer to do?
This is not about one individual. This is about the American people.
Jeffries ducks the question on Senate leadership. What is interesting here is that in terms of the duck, he did not say, well, no, I support Chuck Schumer. He wasn't saying that at all, so you can read your own interpretation there. You can also read your own interpretation by the fact that Jeffries strongly opposes the Republican bill. And he tries to claim that it's about the American people, when clearly it isn't. he is firing bullets here as well. And the whole situation that you're going to see a bit further on reminds me of a scene from The Wizards, a movie that was made in 1977. Watch.
Fritz, get up, for God's sake, get up! They've killed Fritz! They've killed Fritz! Those lousy, stinking yellow fairies! Those horrible, atrocity-filled vermin! Those despicable animal warmongers! They've killed Fritz! Take that! Take that! Take that, you green slime! You black-hearted, short, bull-legged!
Max, I'm okay. I'm okay, Max. Just a scratch. Look, I'm all right. Max.
Oh, damn. There you go again, stepping on my lines, raining on my parade, costing me medals. Oh, damn! Oh, Fritz. Fritz, get up, for God's sake, get up! They've killed Fritz! They've killed Fritz! Those lousy, stinking yellow fairies! Those horrible, atrocity-filled vermin! Take that!
Government open.
As bad as the CR is, I believe allowing Donald Trump to take even much more power via a government shutdown is a far worse option. A shutdown would allow DOJ to shift into overdrive.
Now, before the vote, Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi released a statement defying Schumer, writing, quote, "Democrats must not buy into this false choice. The party divisions were on display."
Then we have Adam Schiff saying that this is a bad day for the Democrats. It's a bit like throwing a hand grenade in there.
Today was a bad day for the country, and I won't sugarcoat it. Today was also a bad day for the Democratic Party.
And Senator Patty Murray, a machine gun, talking about complete betrayal.
In this case, CR stands for complete resignation.
And AOC talks about outrage and betrayal. She's a Tommy gun.
I think there is a deep sense of outrage and betrayal.
David Fetterman asks about what leverage. And he is quite right here. The Democrats fundamentally don't have any leverage at the moment. He has the equivalent of a bazooka, or maybe in more modern parlance, a javelin.
What leverage do we have? Democrats keep showing up at every night fight with a casserole.
And then we have the Democrats primed for action. This is a classic issue of friendly fire. But clearly, they are not so friendly. This is in fact an AC-130 in action. Firing on friendly forces. And then we go to Senator Chris Murphy.
He is every single day acting unconstitutionally. He is trying to destroy the rule of law. And for what? To essentially hand our government over to the billionaire class so that they can steal from us. There is a level of corruption happening in this White House that is absolutely unprecedented. And so this, to me, is a moment where we need to be restraining the president's power, not giving him new authorities. And for those of us that voted against this budget bill, part of our worry is that it does give the president new authority.
This talking point about tax cuts and everything favouring the billionaires is getting really tiresome and tiring, isn't it? And these claims of issues of unconstitutionality. If it was unconstitutional, why don't you try it in the courts? Go to the Supreme Court on it. The reality is it's not unconstitutional at all. The reality with trying to oppose the bill was that it was about Trump's authority. It was not about the American people. The Democrats have different justifications. Some try to claim it's about the people. Some acknowledge that in fact it's about a war against the Republicans where they will oppose just for the sake of opposing, simply because it's Trump and the Republicans wanting something. But in this case, it's about bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Play a little bit of that sound for you. Take a look.
This is just no time to be playing around with people's lives. We need to start acting like adults. We need to start doing the job that we were sent here to do because our nation's security is at stake.
It's hard to explain the ramifications of a shutdown, but they're enormous. Head Start programs won't open. Soldiers won't get paid for defending this country. The consequences are absolutely devastating.
Chris Murphy here shows how utterly without principle he is. His opposition to this is not sustainable. It varies with the wind. It varies with who is in government at the time as regards his position on shutdown. Here, when it's his own party that is in government, he is utterly opposed to government shutdown. But when it's the Republicans in government, he wants government shutdown. Clearly not about the people. And then we have CNN's Jake Tapper actually being reasonable.
That Alvin Bragg case where he basically invented a felony. You don't have to be a member of MAGA to look and say, you know what? He does have some legitimate grievances.
Here is what I want to assure people about. Merrick Garland was a judge. He was a long-time career prosecutor. He did everything to follow the facts and the law and allow that to happen. It was a special counsel matter where Merrick Garland wasn't making the decisions. What I'll say even further, there is a jury in both Florida and D.C. that believe that there is enough evidence for Donald Trump to be indicted.
I mean a grand jury.
A grand jury on 44 counts. And this isn't just some conspiracy theory. There was no weaponization. Donald Trump, the federal government believes that Donald Trump committed crimes. And Jack Smith said in his report that if he were not elected president, that he believes he would have been successful in these two cases.
Tapper is absolutely right. The DOJ has been weaponized. And Hinojosa is just a typical Democrat where she attempts to deflect and make out that everything was right above board. Garland was far from purer than driven snow. Remember how he sent some of his federal DOJ workers to assist Alvin Bragg on his fake case. And of course, Jack Smith would say that he was going to win if Trump didn't win office, wouldn't he? What else would he say? Oh, I was pursuing this because I was going to lose? What do you think about the Democrat infight? Please let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching.